Welcome to Oh Hell No with Nicole.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Oh Hell No podcast. Today I have JL Alexander. She is the CEO of Black Girls Run. Hi, Jay.
Hey, how you doing?
I am well. How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. First of all, I'm going to start with tell me 3 things you are passionate about.
Oh, wow. Let's see. The first thing, should be easy. The first thing is probably my faith. The second thing is probably my family. And then the third thing is probably just my career and the people that I work with.
Okay, so what did you major in when you went to college?
My undergrad major is in communications with a focus on journalism. And then my graduate degree is actually in public relations.
So do you feel like the degrees that you have coincide with your purpose today?
Oh, wow. Let's see. So for the last 6 years, specifically with my role with Black Girls Run, I have been managing the PR and brand of the organization. So my degrees fit hand in hand with the different positions that I've held over the years with Black Girls Run. In the
Okay.
last month, actually acquiring the business and becoming the owner of the organization, these skills have helped, but there is still a huge learning curve there in terms of things that I just did not have exposure to. So, just budget and accounting and, partnerships and merchandise, a whole different area that as a business owner, I think you really don't understand until you're kind of in that role. So I think having a PR mindset has definitely helped me to think outside of the box in terms of how to reach people and how to connect with people. But in terms of the structure and organization of the organization, I don't think any amount of schooling, unless I took an accounting class, would have helped me with kind of the obstacles that I am running into now.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about so outside of Black Girls Run, do you have a full-time gig or is this now your full-time gig?
So I just acquired the business about a month ago. Outside of Black Girls Run, I have my own PR firm. So that's how I got introduced to BGR 6 years ago to assist them with their PR. So I am still managing clients on my PR business side. But it has felt like BGR has become full time over the last 4 weeks. But that is the goal to eventually make BGR full time and to transition out or just kind of do freelance work on the side so I can kind of still keep my PR skills intact.
Okay. So tell us, what is Black Girls Run?
Good question. We are from the high level looking in, we are just an absolutely dynamic group of women. But we are an organization that was built on the premise to get African American women running. And because of the statistics and health disparities that hit that hit our African American community so hard, especially African American women, we kind of rank at the top in terms of obesity and high blood pressure and cancer and Alzheimer's. And so we know that physical activity has a direct impact in terms of the wellness and health of our community. And so when our co-founders started this organization 9 years ago, They had put on some weight and they started running and they started participating in race events. And what they saw is that not a lot of black women are at these events. And so they wanted to create a community that was very inclusive, that women felt comfortable coming out to, whether you walked, whether you ran, wherever you were in your health journey, that you could come to a community that would accept you, be inclusive, and that will hold you accountable with adopting a healthy lifestyle. So that's just what we are. We're a group of women, national running organization that motivates women to run and become healthier and active. And we're a community of over 200,000 now with 73 groups nationwide located in 30 states that we are just a group of women that get together on the pavement and hold each other accountable for our health and fitness goals.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what do you love the most about Black Girls Run?
Oh, hands down, the women. What makes up the organization is the women. But every day I see pictures, I hear stories saying, Jay, if it wasn't for Black Girls Run, you know, I wouldn't be able to say right now I've lost X amount of weight or I've got off blood pressure medication or I feel so much more confident in my own body. So I think it's the people that actually support the movement and are a part of the movement. But then what translates from that are the actual testimonies that we hear of the impact that our organization has made. So it's not all about the numbers in terms of dropping this amount of weight or, blood pressure dropping this amount, but just to see our community of Black women coming together for one common goal, and that is to bring awareness to the African American community about these health disparities, but also the fact that we're coming together to do something so positive. And I think that between those two things, that's what really, 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 really has made me so passionate about the organization.
Okay. So, where do you want to take the organization now that you have taken over?
So my biggest thing right now, at least for the remainder of 2018, is really getting a more concise organization and structure with the existing business that we have now. And then once I get a firm foundation in terms of how we operate, it is my next step and next major goal for towards the top 2 quarters of 2019 is to build out the foundation side of the organization. And the foundation side will be the 501c3 nonprofit side, where our current community will fall under. So we'll actually establish these running groups as nonprofits where we'll be able to apply for grant funding in these communities to actually support the running programs that we're doing right now solely off of volunteers. And I think providing this funding from whether it's government agencies or what have you, I think that will open doors to really start seeing the statistics in terms of the communities that we're running in and how our organization is directly impacting those statistics. And I think grant funding can really hold us accountable in terms of the programs that we're running right now and really streamline the processes and I guess like the organizational structure that we have right now, which is very loose. So I really want to get a defined program on the nonprofit community side that we can really start making an impact in the community and really move from a grassroots movement to more of a health impact, workforce development, economic development, because we know that all of that goes together, especially for the African American community. So I think that that's kind of my big goal for like the next 2 to 3 years.
Oh, wow. See, and you said you just bring like your PR, but it sounds like you really have a lot more that you want to see happen and you know where you want it to go. So
Yeah, I mean, I think this position has kind of forced me into like a visionary spot. And trust me, I will not be doing this alone. We have a group of ambassadors and just a group of people that stand behind me, even if they don't run, that just support the mission and the organization and just what we do as a whole. So I have a big picture, but trust me, I will not be the only one rolling up my sleeves to get it done.
Of course not. It always takes a village.
Absolutely.
So, what are some of the struggles that you think you will face with the new position? I know you briefly touched on a couple of things, but what do you feel are like the most, major things that stand out to you right now?
The biggest thing right now is just giving myself a reality check, and I have to do this on a daily basis. That it's only been 4 weeks. Rome wasn't built in a day. And I have to say, JL, if it does not get done today, if it does not get done next week, it will be okay. And people have a lot of requests, people have a lot of ideas, and I write them down, say thank you, and table it for when the timing is right. And I have to continue, as easy as I just said that, my mind operates on a get everything done right now
Yeah.
type of basis. So I just have to give myself a reality check that I'm taking it day by day. And this organization has been around for 9 years. And it's my goal to continue to make it even more sustainable so that we're around for a few more decades. But that's been my hardest thing for me. It's just been my self check, if you will, my reality check of what I can and cannot do right now.
So, you also said that you have your own PR agency. So, you've been an entrepreneur for a while. So,
hmm
what other struggles do you face as an entrepreneur of a PR agency?
I think I've gotten a better grasp of it now, but as an entrepreneur, unfortunately, the business is not a 9 to 5. I'm married to a fifth grade school teacher who has a very cookie cutter type of schedule, and is home by 3 and has summers and holidays off. And unfortunately, my schedule does just not operate that way. And so that has been just the biggest thing about entrepreneur is that you just have to grind and you have to understand that if you're not working, the company is not thriving. But at the same time, understand the need for self care as well. So last night I came home, I was complete. The previous night I only got maybe 2 hours of sleep because I needed to get orders out. And so last night I came home, did not open that computer, and went to sleep by 7:45 and did not wake up till 6 this morning.
Good for you. Yes, you have
And there
to
was a
do
ton of
that.
emails and calls that I missed, but I also realized that if I'm not 100%, I can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
And so it's striking that balance between making your business grow and thrive and be strong, but also knowing that the organization can only be as strong as its leader. And so it's important to have self care as well.
Yes, I love that. That is great advice. So, you seem to still love public relations because you said that you still wanna, dibble and dabble in that. So, would you say that that's still a passion of yours?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, PR is what I've just grown accustomed to,
Mm-hmm.
and what I've learned and what I've nurtured in terms of my craft. So that is definitely a passion of mine. And when I said like earlier, my top three: faith, family, and people. I think PR falls under that people side. As cliche as it sounds, that I love working with people. Really, PR is just that. Is just that. We're creating connections. We're creating experiences. We're connecting people with brands or with products or with ideas. And so that people side really encapsulates Black Girls Run as well as my PR background.
So, when someone joins Black Girls Run, what is the experience like for them? Can you just take us through it, like just a quick overview?
Sure. So if someone's interested, we kind of let's start from the nitty gritty, the black and white. If someone's interested in joining the group, it's a matter of going to our our website, blackgirlsrun.com, and you can put in your zip code and you can find your closest group. Let's say you live in Miami. We have a South Florida group. And so our website will list who the ambassadors are for that area, with also links to their run calendar and to our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is where the off the pavement engagement happens, and so you can join each of our groups nationwide. Have their own closed Facebook group. You can join the Facebook group, meet the women that live in your neighborhood, your community, that are running, that are walking, that are working out, and get connected that way. Or you can just say, "Hey, I want to come to this Tuesday 6 p.m. run in Fort Lauderdale," and you can just come out and meet up with a group. Now, once that happens, you come out, get your shoes on, get your clothes on, get ready to hit the pavement. You come out to a group. You are met with a group of women, run coordinators, members that are passionate about running, working out, and being active. And so we always say that there's high energy. No woman is left behind, whether you're walking, whether you're running. We meet you where you are in terms of where you are in your health and fitness journey. So you don't already have to be running a 9 minute mile before you come out with us. And that's a huge misconception for a lot of women. But we meet you where you are. And that's really a testimony to how we are as an organization that, yes, it's called Black Girls Run, but trust me, you don't already have to be a runner to join us. And so once they come out to a run, they're met with women that will hold you accountable, be respectful, be fun. Um, and you can come out and run with us as often or not as often as you want to. And we will wait for you until you come through the finish line. And so we also have other events. We have groups that plan social events off the pavement. And then we also have national race meetups as well, where we designate different races around the country where the whole membership can come and register. And so our next big one, we'll have 400 plus ladies coming to Raleigh June 2nd. And so those are huge events for us where you're able to meet women from the organization, but not necessarily in your community, your local community. So that's kind of what you can expect and experience by joining the organization.
I love that. I mean, that's amazing because sometimes you wanna, like me, I'm a scary cat. So I won't even walk around my neighborhood. And it's safe, but I'm always thinking like, what if somebody tries to throw me in a van or something? Like, who's gonna know? You know? So I love that you can connect with people who, are running and walking and it's a group of you guys. And I think that is just such an amazing idea.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the biggest thing is since I joined the organization officially. I started work with them in March of 2012. But I was actually one of the founding ambassadors here in Richmond, Virginia. And that didn't start until the fall of 2012. And since then, I've got so many more girlfriends, two girls that I run with on a regular basis. I don't know the last time I've actually ran alone unless it's on a treadmill in a gym. But outside, I can always say, hey, I'm running at 6 p.m., whether it's an organized run or just an informal run. Running at 6 p.m. at this park, who wants to link up with me? And I can guarantee I can get at least 5 to 7 women out on just a drop of a dime to just, hey, just come run with me. And I think that's what makes our community so unique, that we're able to connect with women that are very like-minded and want to run and be healthy as well.
That's amazing. So if let's say you wanted to go to the gym or something, could you like ask the ladies from the group to accompany you to the gym for a workout, or is it
Yeah, I
just?
guess it just depends on your location. We
Hmm.
have groups like that get hit hard by the winter, so like Minnesota and Detroit and Chicago,
Hmm.
and like upstate New York, they get hit hard by the winter, so they actually take hiatuses where they're not able to run outside. So they work out partnerships with their local gym to either get like a reduced fee membership or instead of getting like an annual, they might just get it for 3 or 4 months. And so they'll actually have group meetups at the gym as well. But I think that can happen for just any location. For women that just prefer to go to the gym,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of saying, hey, do you have a membership at XYZ gym? Do you want to link up with me? These women create relationships beyond the pavement. And I think that's what really, really speaks to our community is that, we have women supporting each other, whether it's through domestic violence or through a child graduating or through a child getting sick or you getting pregnant, whatever the occasion may be, or the situation may be. We're creating a community within a community that supports you, holds you accountable for whatever you have going on in your life. So I think, yeah, they can meet up at the gym, or like I said, for those groups and that get hit hard by the winter, they actually already have that a part of that planning program.
So, I have to ask, do you have to be Black to join Black Girls Run?
Absolutely not. And what's so crazy is I just posted one of our, we do not have a lot of non-African American women, but we do have some, and we do invite all women to join us. The only rule is that there is no men allowed. But what's so crazy you asked that is I made a post Sunday night on our Facebook page. One of our best ambassadors is one of our Philadelphia ambassadors who's also a white woman. And she made a post and I was like, can I share this? Like it just struck something with me that we always have to defend why we're called Black Girls Run. And so this white, Tara was on the train line in Philly and she was rocking out her Black Girls Run gear. And so another white man was sitting with someone else and was almost like secretly trying to point at her, like, why does she have this, like, and trying to get someone else's attention, like, why is she sitting there with Black Girls Run gear and clearly she's a white woman. And so she points at it like, are you looking at me, type of thing. And she makes the point of all you have to do is ask. Like, if you, instead of pointing and making an issue about it, and once you understand the mission of the organization, you won't be ignorant in your knowledge. And I think that's, we receive so many comments, negative and positive, and I definitely open the conversation for it because I think that's what's healthy, especially for the generation that we're in now. That yes, we do have an inclusive environment, but our mission is directed towards impacting the disparities in the African American community. And no, it's not. I think one comment I said, no, it's not. Someone said, we are always, in terms of we, the Black people, we're always the one extending the olive branch. And no, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. We can take the high road, but also we're just creating a community. We're still impacting the African American community. I'm not trying to change the disparities of white folks or Hispanics or whatever. My focus is still on the African American community. But in doing that, we still have white women that support us, Hispanic women that support us, whatever walk of life support us. And I think that message alone right there is what makes us so unique.
Yes, I love that, and I love that we address that. Because it's always going to be a question. Someone's always going to wonder. So I love the way you explained it. And
yeah, absolutely. We don't like, why don't you call it All Girls Run or White Girls Run? I'm like, well, that already exists. Like,
right.
all girls do run, or white women do run.
Exactly.
So why would I call something? Black women do not do a lot. You don't see a lot of Black women running.
Yeah.
But again, like, it's our mission to impact the African American disparities. If you look at the CDC charts, if you look at any type of statistic where some type of health factor is involved, where some type of economic or, inequity is involved, health inequity, whatever it is, Black people rank at the top for negative reasons. And, we want to be one of the organizations that makes a difference and really changes that paradigm.
Absolutely. So what has surprised you the most about the professional path of your life?
Oh, wow. Like my mother says, if you tell God your plans, if you want, how's it go? If you want to hear God laugh, tell God your plans.
Yeah.
And that has probably been the most humbling thing to say to me. I'm a very type A person
Mm-hmm.
that if I plan it this way, if I say I'm doing this on this day or in 2 years I want to do this, I almost have this kind of expectation that it's going to happen, and which it can be a good or bad thing. But what I've learned is that I cannot put so much in my career that I have to have, like I said earlier, I have to have a balance of self care, of family, of faith, and just the career is what is an accessory to my life, not what makes up my life. So my career has definitely, it's been very, very promising. It's been very fun. It's been very challenging. But what I've also learned is that, your career does not define you. And so you definitely have to have fun in what you're doing. But at the same time, it is not something that you have to put you don't put so much effort and so much behind it, or it definitely, sometimes it will fail you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I love that. Your career does not define you. It's so true. Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. So, well, I was going to ask you, what do you feel your purpose is in life? Have you figured it out? Are you still trying to figure it out, or do you know?
That's such a big question.
I know.
Have I figured out my purpose? I definitely think I live a purpose driven life.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of my sole purpose here, I think my passions in terms of working with people, in terms of motivating people, in terms of connecting people, that is really where my purpose lies.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of how that looks on a day-to-day basis, that may change. But in terms of a high level, my husband literally just said to me, he was like, in a relationship, you have the overachiever and then you have the even kill one. You're the overachiever.
I like that.
And so I take that mindset, and my purpose is really to motivate people to just go above and beyond. And I walk that path so other people can walk this path with me. And I really think that is my purpose here, in terms of motivating people, building people up, encouraging people. But like I said, on a day-to-day basis, how that looks, I think that changes.
Yeah, and that's okay, but that's pretty amazing. So, this is the Oh Hell No podcast. So you have to share an Oh Hell No moment. And let me just tell you, an Oh Hell No moment is a moment of shock or disbelief. It can be experienced with another party or by yourself. For example, my boss just asked me to go pick up his dry cleaning. Oh hell no, not today.
But see, that's that line that you get, duties as required.
Right. What do they call it? Not duties as required, but it'll say something like not like, it'll list stuff and say
Right. At the bottom is so vague.
something else.
Yeah, like some other duties as required, or
Right, something
crazy,
like that.
basically
Yeah.
like a catch-all for anything else. So what is my oh hell no?
Yeah. It could be something that happened at work. It could be something with regard to your new transition into this position, something personal and totally unrelated to work.
That's probably the hardest question you done asked me. What if I said just oh hell no to?
If someone asked you to do something that was...
I think so. Last week was my 31st birthday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, happy birthday.
My birthday is since I've turned 25, my birthday has been a good time, but also like this, oh shit, I'm getting old time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just the realization that adulting sucks. And so I think so I every year I make a commitment that I take my birthday off. This year I actually took my birthday off and the couple of days after it. And so somebody just asked me if I was working or wanted to do something, and they may not have known it was my birthday, and I was literally trying to knock out everything on Monday and Tuesday so the rest of the week would be carefree. Mm-hmm. And somebody reached out and wanted to say, hey, JL, I know it's your birthday, but can we connect on a call? And that was my oh hell no moment to say, this is my day, my time, and whatever you have pressing is not pressing for me. So you can get on my calendar on Monday, May 9th.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
So that was probably my oh hell no moment, and a reflection of self-care as well, that sometimes the work has to be turned off.
That's right. And happy belated birthday.
I appreciate that.
So share with us where people can find out about Black Girls Run, whatever the social media handles are or the website. Please tell us.
Sure. So the website for Black Girls Run is blackgirlsrun.com, and girls is plural. And you can find us on social media. Instagram is at official Black Girls Run, and our Facebook and Twitter is just at Black Girls Run. Or you can connect with me. I am at JL Alexander on all social media accounts. So I look forward to connecting with all our listeners and new supporters of Black Girls Run. And I appreciate the opportunity to spread the message tonight on the Oh Hell No podcast.
Thank you so much, JL.